So how well our body moves is one of the best measures we have of our health and our life's potential. For example, I am so much more vital and healthy and happy even. Like, it affects my mentality and my emotion, my clarity of mind too. I think better when my body is moving freely. So that's different from range of motion. Range of motion is really like how far you can go in any one direction. So if I want to, even not warmed up, I can do that and put my nose on my knee. And that is not mobility. And this is where we run into trouble if we do like ego stretching. Like we want to go deeper into the pose so it looks like we're, I don't know, better at or yoga or whatever else, whatever we call it. Like if I go into this front single leg stretch, when I first lean into it, the first point I feel is right here under my hip. And I just feel a little tightness there. Now I just showed that even cold, I can push through that and put my nose on my knee. That also shows that by doing that, I didn't free this up, right? But if I move a little bit here, if I play with that stuck spot, so I'm focusing my attention on it, trying to really understand it, and just working at it. This is what it translates to for me is I'm trying to untie that knot, and there's something going on like with the muscles and the fascia that analogy makes a lot of sense. We're trying to like free things up there and get that muscle moving freely. So now that's let go right there. And so when I go further into it, the next thing I feel is here in the kind of the front of the hamstring, but also a little something back here. And this is something that's really important and valuable about approaching stretching this way, is that it's not just about like what the muscle that I'm trying to mechanically access. I'm paying attention for the sensation of stuck places in the body. And wherever I find them, I am exploring or prying or untying at them. So this is more gentle, like I'm just working at it, leaning. There's that spot in the back that I mentioned. I can get into it. And then as I go further in, now it's getting down into the calf, the back of the knee a little bit. I'll play with the angles. I'm rotating my foot here. There I've got something on the outside of my ankle, so there's some value of movement there. Something comes back up into the hip a little bit. Now we're getting into the back some more, ribs. And there we are. And we're down into that stretch, into that range of motion. But I've released, 6, 7, 8 different spots along the way. And when I go back into it, none of those yell out at me anymore. They've all let go. So it's uncomfortable, right? I'm moving into discomfort to let these things go. But it's so valuable, especially if you have some sort of intense physical activity like I like to engage in, or most people have something. And so this will preserve our ability to do that over the long term. We don't have to accept things declining over time if we're intentional about maintaining them. There's an asterisk there for if there's been an injury that structurally changed the body, that we maybe have to work around, but our body is a beautiful compensation engine and we can do that. We just don't want to do it all the time for every little thing. Anything we can let go of, we need to, so that we can preserve that compensation potential for the things that we need it for, like a shoulder rebuild or something like that. But we make sure that every other inch of us is free to move. And it'll make a huge difference for you. And is a big change in quality of life that should be noticeable pretty much day one.